Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel again. We're here in Red Rock, Oklahoma, where I'm visiting my good friend Randy Roberts. I'm here with my other Belgian friend Keith Villette, and we got another really good rawhider and hide maker in here, my friend Gerardo Gonzalez. So we're going to go to the rawhiders gathering, but since we're here at Randy's shop, he's going to tell us how he works his hide. Randy?
So what we do is we start bringing the hide in, and we have a table. So we put the hide up on the table so we can see any deficits, but also to trim like the tail or the belly and those kind of things off and prepare it to go into the liming system. The hide then it's transferred over here, and we're fortunate enough to have this big old metal tank. And then we put the hide in here and we wash it and flush it. And so then all the fat and stuff is contained in the barrel to make it easy cleaning up. So we get it as clean as possible here. Then we move over here to the controlled atmosphere shed. This shed, when it's full of hides, is kept at 68 degrees year round. Then they go into these half totes that are cut down into a lime and water solution. We stir the hides twice a day, every day. At the 68 degree temperature, it takes 5 days for the hair to slip. Then once the hair starts to slip, we go over to this unit, is our scraping donkey. We put the hide on this hair up. I really prefer a scraping donkey that's straight up. I don't like anything that's angled. I'll scrape this into the hide. I use a machete from Harbor Freight, and I ran it flat on my grinder so it's not sharp. I'll scrape this in. I scrape my hair here, then I'll run my machete down the hide, and I'll scrape here. Then I move the hide, scrape more hair off, run back down like this, and then I move the hide this way. So I work the hide in a circle so it never falls off the donkey. And as you look at the floor, you'll see that's where the hair goes. This is all on a heavy base of gravel with rubber mats on it. Concrete don't work well because it gets the cow fat on it and then it's slick and you fall. Then from there, the hide comes back to the table. We lay the hide out after it's all scraped, get it on the table. Then we take our hoop or our frame, we put it up on the table and tie it down so I'm never working on my hands and knees on the ground. You can't be productive working on the ground when you make 300 hides a year. Then that hide, once it's all framed in the hoop, it comes off the table and it comes back over here to the washing area. The hides are washed 6 times with a pressure washer. Each stage is, we do the vinegar and the soaps and stuff here on the hides to get them really, really clean. They set here for a day and then they'll still be wet and tacky. Then I dye them. And I dye pretty much all my black hides, and that's, I dye them because the greenish black color is not a preferred color for rawhide braiders. My rawhide goes all over the world, so we make sure that we have no bacteria, no fats, nothing in the hides. So any hide can be pulled out of what we call our library and be cut up and shipped to any country in the world because there's no bacteria left. We've killed it all. So then the hide will be washed 6 times here. When it gets to the right dryness, I dye them. Then they set here in this rack for up to 4 days drying. Then they go to the library, and they're usually stored in the library for, up to 6 months. And all depending on how many hides or how much string I need. But once they're done like this, they're ready to cut. This hide is 5 days dry now, 4 days dry now. When you put this in the water, it's going to temper in a few minutes. The hides that's been in there 6 months, of course, it's going to take longer because there's absolutely no moisture left. And that's the process.
Okay. Well, my friends, I hope you got it. If you're in need of good rawhide or you want to pick up braiding or whatever, get in touch with my friend Randy. I think the best way is probably through Messenger and Facebook.
Yep.
And well, here's where I get most of my rawhide, well, if not all of my rawhide that I'm working right now. So, if you like what we're doing, just hit the like button, become a subscriber, and we'll keep you posted on everything rawhide.
There is so much information on Jan's YouTube. If you're a beginner guy, watch all his YouTube videos before you actually ready to get started, because that information is invaluable. As when we started in our younger lives, that information wasn't available, and it was hard, and it takes a lot more years to get started and do a good job. So make sure you watch the channel and subscribe.
Thank you, my friend. See you next time, folks. See you next time.